You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I'm pretty sure by now, guys, if you see Enes Kanter in the title or in a thumbnail on any of our videos, it probably has something to do with China. Enes Kanter Freedom, new American citizen, became a citizen, I believe, last week. He's been on an absolute roll, an absolute rampage, calling out everything China. China has a lot of atrocities out there, and Enes Kanter Freedom seems to be the only one in the sports world outside of the WTA now that is calling out China for what they are. China abuses humans. China is running concentration camps, and other athletes out there are saying nothing about China. Enes Kanter has called out his own sports league. He's also called out LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Nike. If any sports league or entity has a connection to China, Enes Kanter Freedom is calling them out. And now, guys, he's calling out former NBA player Jeremy Lin. Used to play with the Knicks, used to play with the Houston Rockets and in Charlotte. Jeremy Lin is playing basketball in Beijing. He's playing with the Beijing Ducks. This is actually his second stint with the Ducks. I didn't even know he was still playing basketball, to tell you the truth. Jeremy Lin, he had kind of a magic carpet ride for like 2 weeks and when he was with the Knicks years ago. And yeah, that's all he really did. That was his best 2-week stretch of his whole entire career. The man could play basketball. He could, but he was no superstar. Enes Kanter Freedom now has absolutely come out and annihilated Jeremy Lin for playing basketball in China. Check this out, guys. Boston Celtics Enes Kanter Freedom blasts Jeremy Lin for playing in China. Shame on you. So let's go ahead. Let's read this article. Boston Celtics center Enes Kanter Freedom blasted former NBA player Jeremy Lin for choosing to play in the Chinese Basketball Association and called on him to, quote, stand with Taiwan. Now, the reason why he's saying that is because Jeremy Lin is American, but his parents are from Taiwan. They immigrated to the United States, I believe, back in the 1970s. So that is Jeremy Lin's connection to Taiwan. But yet, Jeremy Lin now is playing basketball in China for the oppressors of Taiwan. But it goes on, it says, Freedom 29, originally from Turkey, has been outspoken on various social and political issues, in particular being critical of communist and repressive regimes. Lin, 33, is a guard for the Beijing Ducks. I didn't realize Jeremy Lin was only 33. Seems like he's much older than that to me. But honestly, folks, I don't really know if Jeremy Lin is really, really political. He's definitely religious. I know that he's a Christian. He wears his religion on his shoulder. But honestly, I don't know if he's ever spoken out on anything political. But considering, he plays in Beijing, I highly doubt he's actually going to say anything critical of the Chinese Communist Party, considering he's actually playing in China. But Enes Kanter Freedom calls him out. This is what he writes on Twitter. Shame on you at Jeremy Lin. Haven't you had enough of that dirty Chinese Communist Party money feeding you to stay silent? How disgusting of you to turn your back against your country and your people. Stand with Taiwan. Stop bowing to money and the dictatorship. Morals over money, brother. Man, that's pretty brutal right now. Coming from Enes Kanter, telling Jeremy Lin to stand with Taiwan. I don't really follow much of the Jeremy Lin. Like I said, I didn't know he was still playing basketball. But he is playing in Beijing. And Enes Kanter has called him out to stand with Taiwan. Now, not everybody is actually built, to talk about politics. Not everybody's built like that. Enes Kanter Freedom is definitely built like that. LaChana James, he's built like that when he's preaching to his base, but he definitely doesn't want to have a conversation about any of that. But what do you guys think of Enes Kanter Freedom calling out Jeremy Lin? This is his second stint with the Beijing Ducks. And apparently, Jeremy Lin tried to get back into the NBA, but his best days are behind him. So he went to China to get a job and get paid. Do you guys actually agree with Enes Kanter Freedom on this one? Calling out Jeremy Lin, saying, haven't you had enough of this dirty Chinese Communist Party money? Maybe Jeremy Lin needs a job. I don't know his financial situation, but it seems like the man just wants to play basketball. But however, I believe if Jeremy Lin was actually being pretty vocal about and being critical of the CCP while he's actually in China, I'm pretty sure that Enes Kanter Freedom probably would say, hey, good job, Jeremy Lin. But on the flip side of that, if Jeremy Lin was actually critical of the CCP while he's still playing in China, there's no telling what would happen to Jeremy Lin. He will become a political prisoner in China because we know they would throw him into a camp quick, fast, and in a hurry if he is critical of the CCP in any kind of way. So I'm not trying to really put Jeremy Lin on the spot here. I understand where Enes is coming from, but if Jeremy Lin speaks out against China while he's actually in China and playing there, he'll disappear. I mean, look at Peng Shui. Jack Ma disappeared for a while. There's no telling what China would actually do to Jeremy Lin. I don't know if he's a political guy or anything like that. But Enes Kanter Freedom, man, he's bringing the heat. Any American player that wants to associate with China, or any athlete in general that associates with China, he's calling them out. And Enes Kanter plays in the Masters NBA at China, but he is calling out the NBA for its relationship with China. They remain silent on everything. And Enes Kanter wants everybody to come out and speak out against the atrocities that are actually going on in China. Can't blame him for that, but I really can't blame Jeremy Lin really for, not speaking out against China because he's in China, and very, very bad things could actually happen to him if he did. But like I said before, I don't know if Jeremy Lin is really political on anything. That's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to Black and White Sports, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.